Hi, sixth graders, we're back and we are going to talk about parallelograms again and the angles inside of them. All right, so let's take a look. I think you're going to find this is a pretty easy concept, okay? So I have my parallelogram. Remember, my parallelogram has two sets of parallel sides, and parallel meaning they are never going to touch. They're going to go on infinitely. If we extended these lines out, they will continue out and they will never touch, okay? And they will stay the same distance apart. All right, so now when we talk about the angle measures, all four of these angles, if we added them up, the total of the angles is going to add up to 360 degrees, okay? And our adjacent angles, meaning angles next to each other, add up to 180. They're half of that, right? Because they're half of the angles. Okay? So I have two angles here, and they're adjacent because they're next to each other. Okay? And they're going to add up to 180. So does 120 and 60 add up to 180? Yes, it does. Okay, so now I don't know what these two angles are over here, but I can easily find out. Okay? My diagonal angles are exactly the same as their diagonal. So diagonal from this is 60. So this angle is also 60. Diagonal from this is 120. So this angle is also 120. So let's look at another one. Okay? Let me see if I can draw him so he doesn't look exactly the same as my other one, but he's still a parallelogram. Okay, and I'm going to make this angle right here is going to be 85. Okay, this time they only gave me one angle, but I can figure out all of the rest of the angles of this parallelogram because I know some things about parallelograms. I know these are all going to add up to 360. And I know these two right next to each other are going to add up to 180. So if I want to find out what this adjacent one is next to it, if I am going to, these two, this one plus this one, that's a question mark, add up to 180, I can easily take 180 and subtract 85 to find out what this angle is. So I borrow, and I find out that this angle over here is 95. Well, we just showed on the other side of my board how to find out what the other angles are. Remember, those diagonal angles are equal. So if I look diagonally, there we go. As long as you have one of your angles of a parallelogram, you can find all the rest. Because automatically you know that diagonal is the same. And you know these two that are next to each other add up to 180. So you could just subtract that angle from 180 to find the others. Okay, sixth graders, good luck with parallelograms. Just remember what you know. You know they all add up to 360. You know that two next to each other add up to 180. All right? And you know that diagonally those angles are equal. You can do this. Hey, have a great weekend. Enjoy the sunshine. We will see you next week.